Avatar: The Last Airbender in Concert, the 20th anniversary tour. Return to the beloved series through a timeless experience curated by the original creative team. Avatar: The Last Airbender in Concert, the 20th anniversary tour.
At the Fabulous Fox on September 14th. Tickets are on sale now at fabulousfox.com.
Welcome back to Mostly Superheroes, another one here in the basement, St. Louis, Missouri, talking about a fun show coming up here in town. We're so lucky to get to work with the Fabulous Fox, an amazing theater, a St. Louis gym, and coming up in September on the 14th in 2025. It's a Sunday night at 7 p.m. Avatar: The Last Airbender in Concert, the 20th anniversary edition. Tickets are on sale now at fabulousfox.com, and you can win 2 tickets from Mostly Superheroes at mostlysuperheroes.com. And as part of this work with the Fox, we're really lucky to get to talk to a member of the team from the show, Avatar: The Last Airbender in Concert. Today with us, we have not only the conductor of the show, but she is also a music director and musician, and she is based in New York City. She is the Associate Conductor, Keyboardist of The Who, performing with them all across the U.S., Europe, and the U.K. Last fall, she joined the Sony Marvel family as the conductor music director of the North American tour of Spiderman Into the Spider-Verse in Concert. And this winter, she will be conducting the sold-out U.S. premiere of Avatar: The Last Airbender in Concert, which you can catch at the Fabulous Fox. We welcome today conductor Emily Marshall.
Hello, happy to be here.
Emily, thank you so much for coming. Oh my gosh, you're on the right podcast.
Awesome, happy to be here.
My questions were, it was like, for these interviews, it's like, man, I really want to ask the good stuff. Do I know enough about what this person does? And I certainly do. Our crew here, I'm your host, Logan, and it is really nice to meet you. We have a couple other hosts on our show, Scotty Scoop and the Giggler. Scotty is a massive Avatar: The Last Airbender fan. He'll be at the show. He's also a Naruto fan.
Mm-hmm.
So you definitely have some experience in that arena.
I sure do.
Andy's been dressed up as Spider-Man on this podcast before, and we are massive Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse fans. I kind of want to lead to the Avatar: The Last Airbender show. So selfishly, would you mind talking to me about working on Into the Spider-Verse and what that project was like for you?
Sure. That was a really fun one to do because of the fans. I think all of these entities have these really amazing fan groups who get to come out and see the show, and people dress in costume for the show, and just everyone's so excited to be there. And doing something like Spider-Verse, there's so many cool musical moments in that show that are really fun to bring to life. Spider-Verse, we also had an orchestra with a live DJ, which was my first time doing some sort of collaboration like that. And he was really cool in that he brought different sounds to the stage, and just, live orchestra and DJ. What a great thing to get to watch while you're watching one of your favorite movies as well. So, I loved doing that show, and we did it for 3 months all over the country.
Yeah, you've performed all at iconic venues all over the world just over the past 2 years. You could have caught Emily performing at Madison Square Garden, the Hollywood Bowl, is it the O2?
Mm-hmm.
New Orleans Jazz Fest, and more. You also worked with numerous artists and hit musicals, including Josh Groban's Harmony Tour. I'm a huge Josh Groban fan.
Yeah.
His Christmas stuff is some of my favorites, honestly.
Yeah, he's great.
Our Planet Live in Concert, Be More Chill, Jagged Little Pill, School of Rock, Ain't Too Proud, Mean Girls, Clueless, Waitress, and Elf. I mean, this is such a fun portfolio. Emily, so I guess getting into your history a little bit. First of all, where are you dialing in from today?
I actually was based in New York City for like 12 years, but in October I moved to Washington D.C. And I'm actually here now. I actually have a break this week before I head to my next gig, which is in New Jersey next week. So that's where I am currently.
That is awesome, and yeah, you're good job on getting gigs that are just so cool, so fun. You know,
Thank
as
you.
long as you're into all this, right? You mentioned that Spider
Yeah.
Verse is one of your favorites. Are you a Marvel fan?
I am. I don't know as much as some of the fans, but yes, definitely.
Very humble. The fans will appreciate that. That's very nice. Okay, and then we're really kind of going. I wanted to go back to your past a little bit. How did you get
Sure.
into music? I mean, I just assume you were just always a musical band kid, but was that from your family? Was it local? Was it your high school or grade school? Like,
Yeah.
where'd your journey start?
I started playing piano when I was 7. And piano is my primary instrument. Um, I I knew I wanted to go into music, but I wasn't sure exactly what direction of music I wanted to go into because I studied classical and did classical piano competitions and all that stuff, but I knew the classical arena wasn't exactly where I wanted to be. It was great to get the technic the technical element, like you that's where you hone your skills in classical music, but I went to Ithaca College in upstate New York I first went for audio production because I love being in the studio. I love recording and all the audio aspects of everything. But audio wasn't like focused on music enough for me at that time. It was a communications degree and I missed having more time in the music school. So I re-auditioned for classical piano. I was that for a semester, and then I got asked to music direct a musical theater show in school. And I was like, I don't know what music direction means, but I like both those words. So I signed on to do that. And then when I realized that was a thing, that was a job, a career, I was like, I've been music directing my little sister in shows since I was like 6. So I've been teaching her parts to sing and um yelling at her if she got the lyrics wrong. So,
Right.
like it had been my whole life. And once I realized that you could make a living doing that thing, I was like, well, this is great. I had danced growing up. So knew how to play and run choreography rehearsals. And there were just so many elements of my training and of things that I enjoyed that went into music direction that it really seemed like a logical place for me to be. And then in the world of music direction and conducting and piano and all that stuff, as you said, I've had a lot of different paths and a lot of different types of music that I've been involved in. But, like they all have some sort of common thread linking one to the next and everything like that, even though it kind of seems all over the place too. But I think that's been fun that I've got to explore the world of Broadway and explore the world of rock and more classical in terms of some of these orchestral things, but then still combined with rock music. So it's fun. It's a fun journey that I'm on.
That's amazing, and I hear so many echoes of people that I know and paths that you see in people's lives, and even
Hmm.
echoes of even my own life, where I'm really impressed because you were able to take note of the things in your life and then like lean toward
Yeah.
those things because they were your strengths and they were also your experience, and then like the big thing was like you liked it, like you have
Yeah.
and now like you have jobs all over the place where people are coming to you
Yeah.
for all sorts of different aspects of producing these shows, like whether you're performing in them or you're conducting or you're the musical director.
Hmm.
That's really cool. So let's like kind of start talking about Avatar: The Last Airbender in Concert.
Sure.
Why don't you just talk to me before we kind of get into the nuts and bolts of what this show is and Avatar the fandom? What is
Hmm.
your role on the show?
Yeah. So one of my first shows that I did with the production company that I work for now, GEA, was Our Planet in Concert. And that was back in 2023. And my first show with them, I came in, I conducted the show, and that was kind of where my responsibilities lied. Um, and then with each show I've done, I've had a little more involvement of the behind the scenes, in terms of the music direction and the music supervision, as well as building the show. Um, Naruto, that I just was on tour with earlier this year, me and my team here in the US, we're working with a French production company and GEA, which is based in the Netherlands. And it was a lot of different moving pieces that had to come together to make that show into what it was. And so that's been cool to really dive into the creation of these shows now that I know so much about how they're built and what it takes to make them a success. And uh, has Avatar has a wonderful team attached to it. Like, I've worked closely with Jeremy Zuckerman, the composer of the show, and the creators of the show. Brian Konietzko shows up at a bunch of the shows. D. Bradley Baker, who sings Secret Tunnel, has came and performed live with us. Some of the voice actors were at the show when we performed in LA last year. So it's really like a whole family of Avatar people and creators who have worked together to make the show into what it is. And that's kind of rare for these shows, I've found too. Is to have people that closely invested in the show, and the creation. So that's been really special with Avatar in particular.
Really well said. Very articulate, and
Thank you.
you've got you've been working with this team, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pump up the show a little bit and then wrap it into a question that fits where we're at. So
Great.
from the Fox website, again, tickets are on sale at fabulousfox.com for the St. Louis showing. Avatar: The Last Airbender in Concert offers a captivating experience, blending a live orchestral performance of the iconic series soundtrack with an immersive 2-hour recap of the animated show's 3 seasons on a full-size cinema screen. The projection preserves the original dialogue and sound effects, allowing the orchestra to seamlessly synchronize with the show scenes. The result? A truly grandiose and immersive concert experience that breathes new life into the beloved series. Which leads to my question. You have conducted, Emily, the previous Avatar tour, and it's played over 200 shows since 2024. I mean, that's a lot of shows. My gosh. So,
Yeah.
this is the 20th anniversary tour now. So what have you seen that's special for the fans? And, how do these nights feel once you're up there? I mean, I bet you're just having a blast as the conductor.
Oh,
So,
of
like, does
course.
this match your style? And then, like, what do you feel from the audience?
Yeah, I mean, like, Avatar has a wonderful group of fans, and the show just means so much to everybody. And we did an exit survey. The company did an exit survey after the last tour of Avatar, and it was over 70% of the people who saw the show wanted to come back and see it again, which is like kind of unheard of as an exit survey poll and everything like that. So I mean, there was a demand for bringing the tour back around, but we didn't want to bring the exact same thing to everybody who saw the show before. So there's going to be interviews interspersed, and some of the musical cues are extended and have more to them than we had on the previous tour. So there's going to be a lot of special little elements added in for the fans who did get the chance to see us before, and then people who didn't. Um, I kind of call the show Avatar's greatest hits.
Hmm.
There's different title cards that come up on the screen, and people get very excited when they see their favorite character or one of their favorite episodes come up on the screen. So they cheer and yell, which gives us energy on stage for the performance every night too. Um, so so that's kind of like what the show is built like. But one of the things that is cool in comparison to something like Spider-Verse, people come into the show and not knowing exactly what to expect. They haven't seen this show built like this before. So that, I think, gives the element of newness to the performance for everyone in the audience. And then they see it and they enjoy it and then they want to see it again. So that's great for us.
Absolutely, yeah. I know Scotty did see it,
Yeah.
the Avatar last year when it was on tour, and
Mhm.
I recently saw a Batman 1989 with
Okay.
our symphony here in town, and it was the score
Yeah.
with the movie, and it's just a different experience. And the word that always comes to mind for me is more. You're just getting more.
Hmm.
You're more really just totally surrounded by the sound, and
Yeah. Yeah.
you're getting the medium in a whole new way. And I know you're going to get the diehard fans there that might be dressed up or have been watching this, franchise for a long time, but also a lot of kids watch this. I know this is a great show for families, and this could really be an excellent way to introduce a young person to music and to an orchestra being together. Have you seen that? Is this a great kind of show for a mix of fans and families? That's what it feels like to me.
Of course. Yeah. I mean, what's better than getting the younger generation in to see orchestra concerts? And I've had people message me after the show and say it's their favorite concert experience they've ever been to, or that they don't want to go back to just watching the show or the movie at home without a live orchestra. And that's so cool to be able to bring this into people's hearts and homes in this way. And yeah, yeah, it's people who've grown up with the show, and then their friends, and sometimes even their children that they get to introduce to the show then. So we have all different generations coming in, and that's not necessarily what you usually get with an orchestra concert. So it's pretty cool.
Fair share. Well said. The Fabulous Fox presents Avatar: The Last Airbender, actually presented by Nickelodeon, and you can catch the whole tour, but you can catch it here at St. Louis at the Fabulous Fox, September 14th, 2025, 7 p.m. show. Get those tickets at fabulousfox.com. Go win 2 tickets at mostlysuperheroes.com and learn more about conductor, music director, musician Emily Marshall at emilymarshallmusic.com. Emily, where else can people find you? What else do you have going on?
Yeah, you can find my Instagram is emarshallmusic. And like you said, you can go to my website. I'm also doing Demon Slayer all over the world currently as well. We're bringing that to a bunch of different countries. That's with a live band and orchestra. Yeah, lots of fun stuff coming up that you can find online.
And when you're not working, what do you watch and what do you nerd out on your own?
Oh gosh. I get a lot of sleep when I'm not working
Yeah.
because there's a lot of this stuff. Um yeah,
Do you
I
put on
mean,
a
like,
show when you sleep? Is there a sleep show?
there's sleep
I don't know
show.
if you're like
No,
that.
no, just silence.
Silence.
I mean, in my dreams, I'll tell you, like, I am conducting a lot in my dreams, so there's enough going on in there.
Well, it sounds like you're one of those people that you're living and working the fun life that you're doing. So that's a great lesson for all of us. Do you have any advice for anyone out there that's trying to get their life together? Any tricks or anything that's worked for you?
I mean, just kind of follow follow where your heart and follow where life is taking you, and have faith that you're going to end up in the place that you're supposed to be. I haven't had this all planned out, and I don't necessarily know what I'm doing the week after this one, but if you put trust in that and make sure you hone your skills in a specific way, that you are doing the best you can to create this life for yourself, I think having faith in that, hopefully it'll work out and head you in the right direction.
And that's how I know that the podcast is over, because that was perfectly well said. We're not going to get any better than that, Emily. That's so beautiful. And we appreciate you. We hope that you come back, because I'll be staying posted on your career and watching you along. So please come back and join us here anytime if you'd like.
Thank you. I would love to.
All right, Emily, have a great day. We'll see you next time on the podcast. This has been Mostly Superheroes. I'm your host, Logan Janis. It's all at mostlysuperheroes.com. Take it easy.
Avatar: The Last Airbender in Concert, the 20th Anniversary Tour. Return to the beloved series through a timeless experience curated by the original creative team. Avatar: The Last Airbender in Concert, the 20th Anniversary Tour.
At the Fabulous Fox on September 14th. Tickets are on sale now at fabulousfox.com.
Mostly Superheroes is proud to be funded in part by our sponsors. Mostly Superheroes is funded in part by paying patrons who receive early, ad-free, and exclusive episodes. Subscribe at mostlysuperheroes.com/support. Thank you for supporting your favorite independent podcast. Mostly Superheroes is an independent podcast owned and operated by Kerrigan Ventures in St. Louis, Missouri. Hosted by Logan Janis, Andy Hunn, and Scott Swearingen. Brand and creative by Carrie Clark Design. Music by Audionautics. Learn more at audionautics.com. Find more at mostlysuperheroes.com.